Hello and welcome. This is a chat to the professional, the show that has been designed to x-ray the activities of professional individuals and corporate bodies. As always, I remain Martin Subu and I'm sure glad to be with you. Today we are talking politics, this time around local politics. And when I talk about local politics, I'm talking about our great country, Nigeria. And we are going to have a serving commissioner in one of the states in the southwestern Nigeria, talking about Ogun State. But that will be after the break. We shall be looking at politics in Ogun State. We shall be looking at his profession as a professional builder, and we shall equally be looking at his activities as an honorable commissioner, a two-term honorable commissioner in Ogun State. But I'm going to introduce our guests by the time we return from this break, so don't go away. A chat to the professional returns after this time. Alright, viewers, you're still watching A Chat to the Professional, the show that has been designed to x-ray the activities of professional individuals and corporate bodies. Like I mentioned to you in my introduction, today we are going to be discussing politics with emphasis on Ogun State. And like I said also, we are having as our guest today the Honorable Commissioner for Water Resources and Rural Development in Ogun State, talking about Akogun Kola Onadipe. You're welcome to this show.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now, a professional builder, now Honorable Commissioner for Water Resources and Rural Development. As a matter of fact, two-term commissioner in Ogun State. How has it been serving under Governor Benga Daniel-led administration?
Well, it has been so far so good, very interesting, and like you said in your opening statement, this program, your program, is about professionals and politics. Well, I'm adding politics to it. Otuma Benga Daniel, don't forget also, is a professional. Okay. His Excellency Otuma Benga Daniel is a mechanical engineer, okay, and one of the best scholars of late Awojobi. Okay. You know, Professor Awojobi. And if you look at that, then you know exactly where it's coming from as an astute professional. Working with a professional and a professional myself, yeah, is not too difficult because that means we have very line of purpose. Okay. And we professionals, I understand you are also an electrical engineer. Yeah. And the way it is in our profession, because we all belong into a conglomerate of that industry, yes, where we can set our goals. And once you set your goals, mm-hmm, nothing should stop the achievement of that goal. Yeah. And in the process of it, if you look at all goals, we call them, we dedicate them as a project. And anything you do in this world as a professional, once you analyze it, evaluate it as a project, then you tend to find those fine lines in terms of how you deliver them. And so it's not too difficult for us to work together and to achieve a common goal in terms of achievement.
Okay, great. Now, it's not difficult as a professional. Now, I'd like to know, as a professional builder, how has your profession as a professional builder impacted on your responsibilities as a commissioner?
Well, as a builder, I'm supposed to know everything about building. Okay. Now, if you look at the concept of building, first of all, you must find land. Yeah. You must be able to have land before you start thinking of building. If you have a vision that you want to build in the next 2 years, mm-hmm, you will have been thinking of, okay, where do I build? How do I get it? Which part of Lagos or which part of Ogun State or which part of Nigeria do I want to build? Yeah. And you do some semantics in terms of how you analyze where. Do you want to build for commercial or do you want to build for residential? Yeah. And if you look at that, you also want to look at, okay, how do I get the money to build? What kind of building do I want? Do I want a bungalow? Do I want a commercial purpose building, or do I want an industry? Those are the things that goes with it. And so you study all facets of that line. And as a builder, I've been trained to study all that line. And also, you want to draw the building, you would need to talk to an architect. What do you tell an architect? You must have a brief in your mind on how do you want to go about it. And once you do that, you also want to talk to it, as it were, a builder per se, who will put everything that the architect has drawn, put it in line. So you now find out that also you want to talk to an electrical man who
comes with electrical design.
Exactly, designs and all that. You also want to talk to a mechanical man who put all the mechanical equipment in place. And you also want to look at the end of the building, what do you do with that building? Do you want to leave it without maintenance? So facility maintenance also come in. And you also want to look at where you want to put this building, and also you want to rent part of it, you want to lease it out. What are the things that goes into leasing and all that? So as it were, I can call a builder jack of all trades,
an
all-rounder. And so that has actually given me some kind of unique knowledge in how to handle various sets of people, be it architect, be it QS and all that. So you have, over the years, have dealt with a lot of people, and that has also given you some kind of way to manage people, and you have understood them. And that, again, has brought me closer to politics.
Fantastic. I understand you're also the vice chairman of the State Energy Council.
That's right.
Would you want to tell us about that? I know that Ogun State is in the forefront of this private power generation and all that.
Yes. My first term between 2003 2007, when I was lucky to be appointed Commissioner for Special Duties. Under that portfolio, there were a lot of things. There's rural development, there's also the maintenance of all the power requirement, alternative power requirement of the state. And so at that point, we were looking at a lot of things, and I got sucked into the power requirement of the state. And so it was not by surprise when the Ministry of Water Resources was created out of because it was a new ministry. And so it was created out, and so some departments were moved to the rural development section of the new ministry. And so we were able to look at a lot of the new areas, particularly in Ogun State. And so far so good, we have been able to map out strategy, long term, short term, medium term, and long term. And that's why you've seen in the last few months, we've been able to put in place, and it's ongoing, about 47 megawatts that we want to put. It's a cumulative because they are in 24 locations.
I see.
And they are quite near the rural areas where we want strategically, we want to attract industries and homes into those areas. So once those mini power stations are active, then we expect that some of the energy that the stations will not be able to utilize to the government institutions will be available for the general public.
I see. Well, you must agree with me, we indeed have a core professional talking to us about politics with emphasis on the governance of Ogun State. The Honorable Commissioner, Water Resources and Rural Development, Akogun Kola Onadipe. Please don't go away. We'll be back after this break. You're welcome back. You're still watching the show Chat to the Professional, and my guest today remains the Honorable Commissioner in charge of Water Resources and Rural Development in Ogun State, Akogun Kola Onadipe. Before we went on break, he has given us an overview into his activities as a two-term commissioner in Ogun State. But right now, I'm going to narrow down this discussion to politics. Do we have anything like professional politicians?
Yes, perhaps maybe it is in Ogun State that is becoming blown out in terms of ways of operation.
Okay.
Over the years, you will agree with me that even in your village, you only know about politicians. Whereas some of them are actually professional, but it was not well orchestrated. But in Ogun State, because we have a lot of Ogun State is peculiar, because don't forget that Ogun State, we have a lot of former presidents.
Yeah.
And we also have the president that was never allowed to be president. And, so as it were, we all sat in our comfortable homes, comfortable offices, like you are doing as a professional. You tend to believe that, no, let the politicians be doing it. It is not right, and it is very, very wrong. A lot of times we allow, let me use the word, stupid people to run government, and they pass stupid laws for wise men who sat in their cool offices and cool homes, and they will obey those laws because we all sat back, we refused to partake in it. And that was exactly what drove us into all of this, because we believe that we have something to offer. We have offered it in our various offices, various homes, way back in the urban centers, and we believe that it is time for us to put something back in a way that will educate our people. We know that governance is about openness, governance is about transparency, and once you are able to organize them, tell them your kind of vision, your kind of way of life, the way they see you, and a lot of times you are not struggling anything with them, because you see, they have been there, and let's give it to them. They have suffered it for quite a while, and we have abandoned them, and we now sat back somewhere cool, and we want to come back to take it from them. So there is tendency for them to elbow and all that, but it depends on how you relate. Because we have been trained to behave well. We have been trained to respect elders. We have been trained to even respect the junior ones. So